let me introduce myself. I am Aman Soni, and I've been working with GeekyAnts as an AI engineer, AI/ML engineer. And also, I've been working with the government as well. I have got more than 10 patents over different kind of domains, all in collaboration with Indian government. Okay, so this was all about me, and let me tell you about the presentation and the topic that we are going to cover in today's video. So the topic is automating the repetitive tasks through the agents. So we will start from very scratch. I know the majority of you guys are from tech background, but we have to take care of the guys, those who aren't. And okay, then what actually is agents? We will start from that. Then after that, we will go to the point where we will automate the agents, where we don't have to do anything. We just have to supervise them, or we just have to be in a part where we are just a human in a loop. All right. So this will be a interactive session as well. And also, I want you to brainstorm on the different kind of ideas that we have in different kind of domains. Let's say it's a healthcare domain. Let's say it's a financial domain, right? So this was the entire introduction. Let me just start with the flow of what the presentation and what entirely it will look like. Initially, we'll start with the case studies. Then after that, we will go to the potential opportunities and the various approach of doing those kind of opportunities and meeting the requirements. Then after that, we have the idea visualization. Of course, this is the most important part of a presentation that I think that is necessary. Then after that, we have the explainability, which is a very crucial and important concept. And after that, we have the conclusion of the entire talk. This entire talk won't be in a same sequence, but still it's going to cover entirely a lot of things like that. Okay. After the flow, let's start with the first case study. So what a typical software development firm or an organization looks like. There's a hierarchy. There's a CEO. Then after that, we have a lot of other domains. For example, we have the IT department, we have the operations, we have marketing, we have finance, we have other people, those are associated to it. And also we have the admin department as well, right? And whenever the client comes or whenever a requirement comes, it is first shown to the upper hierarchy of that particular level. Then after that, it is passed to the next level. For example, if you want to create some application or if you want to create an game, let's suppose, then after that, it will be passed to the developers. Developers will create everything. Then after that, that will be passed to the testers. Tester will test everything. Then after that, they will generate a report. And the report will be generated on the basis, okay, so these are the kind of test cases that we were targeting. These are the kind of edge cases that we were targeting. And these are the requirements that meant, and these are the requirements those didn't meant. So that means we have to fine tune our entire developmental process and fine tune those things, right? So this is what software development organization looks like. And in 2024, after GPT boosts and all these kind of things happen in the AI, there comes this research paper called Chat Dev. Okay, so what they did was they created each and every, they took a lot of LLMs. Initially, what they did was they took a lot of LLMs, they assigned each and every task, they assigned how the output should look like, they assigned how you should respond, how you should interact with other LLMs. So they took that approach, and after that, they have created an entire team. And what that team did was, it collaborated with each other, and it was given a task. It was given a task that was, you have to create a ping pong ball game. I don't know what's the name. You have to create that game, and you have to test it. You have to create the entire summary. You have to create how much latency is there. You have to create the entire physics of that particular game, right? So that's a big task. If you talk about let's say it's a small task, but still it will take 2 or 3 days for a developer and the tester to communicate with each other and create some sort of game like that. But what actually happened was, okay, so this is the organization. We'll come to that later. So this is a demo part. I want to show you. We have added a log statement over here that we want to create a game. So this is the management over there that is talking, that is interacting with the different kind of members over there, right? Then we have the entire code summary. Okay, so this is the kind of things, and this is the prompt that was given to the CEO. Then this is the prompt that was given after the CEO to the CTO. And this was the entire code generated. And we can see within no time, within a fraction of minutes, you can say, the entire summary, the entire report was generated, and 1, 2, 3, boom, it's a game. That's it. Every test case was passed. If the test case wasn't passed, it was given back to the developer agent. It worked on that. So these are the kind of test cases, those failed, and we have to work on this thing. So this is the case study one that we are talking about. We are still in 2024. Okay. Then we have to come on 2025, of course. This is the case study 2. That was just an experiment. Then after that, lot of agentic AI, lot of agentic frameworks come into the picture. And like we have seen earlier as well from the Pydantic, we have seen from the LangChain, we are seeing from the AutoGen, we are seeing from the Crew AI. There are a lot of agents, those are working on this particular domain. So there was one more task that come into the picture. Initially, we are relying on the LLM to generate you the responses, and the data was already fed to it. For example, if it is trained on the data that is available till 2024, you can't expect it to be answering the question. Those are from the 2025. First limitation. Second limitation. Okay, so you can get your answers on the publicly available data, but what about the private data? Let's suppose you are having a lot of data, you are having a SQL database, and you have a query. Okay, so I need to find out how many employees are earning more than this, how many employees are earning less than this in your organization, or what is the experience of their like particular domain, how much time they have been working on this particular domain. So these are the kind of things that you have to know. Then after that, you have to know the query language in order to do those things, right? If you are working on SQL, you need to know the SQL languages. If you are working on the non-SQL databases, you have to know the non-SQL databases, languages, queries, and all these kind of things, right? So first problem was solved. Now there are two problems. How do we approach those? So let me give you an example. Let's take a scenario where you are in a Bangalore, and you are not natively from Bangalore, but you are here for a wedding, and you forgot your suit. Wedding will start in 3 days. Okay. Then you have to buy a suit. There are certain things you have to consider. First one, the price. Second one, what is the fabric of that particular cloth. Third one, then how much time it will take to reach to you. That is most important, right? And there are a lot of things as well. So you will go to each and every website. Let's suppose you will visit Myntra. You will search in the filter. You will set the filter in a way that, okay, so these are the kind of requirements that I have, and I want it to be delivered on this address. Okay, so you will find that on Myntra. Then after that, you didn't find that anything like that on Myntra, but something related. Then you go to Ajio. Then you go to Amazon. Then you go to another website, and you keep on doing things. Okay. First problem, if you get a good cloth, you didn't get it on time. If you are getting it on time, it's not the same color. So these are the kind of problems that we are facing. So in this particular case study in 2025, they introduced something called tools. I guess you guys have came across the tools as well. So what the tools did was, they collaboratively find each and first tool did the Google web search. It found all the necessary items that you can buy. Then after that, the filter tool was created. Let's suppose it's a custom filter tool, and you find it and you used it, and it was giving you the entire list. Okay, so these are the kind of clothes of your particular requirements that can be ordered and will be reached to you by this time. Then after that, you just have to place the order, right? That too is handled by the AI only. You just have to type in natural language, okay, I want this, and I want this on my particular address. This is my address, and everything will be taken care by itself. You just have to interact with the natural language. Everything will be shown on the dashboard. Everything will be shown on the prompt on your bot, and you can just place the order. A lot of time saved, and the condition as well, right? So this is something that's just on a research that was just on a research paper. But wait a second. Walmart implemented it, but it didn't implemented it on the customers. It implemented it on the employees. Let's suppose you just join Walmart and you want to know what kind of things are placed over what counter and matlab, how many stock is left and where is the inventory, and there are a lot of stuff, right? So you are just joining and you have to go through entire process. But instead of that, what they did was they created a chatbot. You just have to type, okay, so these are the kind of things I want to know. My customer wants to buy. Where will I find it? How much stock is left? What color options are there? Where I am supposed to find that? Everything was answered in a natural language within fraction of seconds on their bot. So they are saving a lot of time. They are saving a lot of cost on training the employees. They are saving a lot of they are increasing the customer experience as well, right? So this is the case study 2. So from this, these two things, okay, so this is the platform where you can use all these things. Chat models are available there. The retriever engines are available there. And what about the retrievals? Retrievals are the components that you can use to retrieve the information from your personal database, right? You don't have to rely only on the publicly available data. You can extract the information from the privately available data as well, right? Then after that, this is the entire structure. We'll come on to that later. We'll first go to the industry specific domains that we can work on. Initially, we have healthcare. So in the earlier meetup as well, I guess there are a lot of people, those are common in here. So we have had a discussion over there of the healthcare as well. So in the healthcare, there are two types of health. First one is the mental health. Second one is the physical health. Okay, in the physical health, we have already seen a lot of improvisation of the AI. We have seen a lot of technology over there. In the mental healthcare as well, we are seeing a major shift. Let's suppose you are planning to visit any psychologist or psychiatrist. He won't be taking the notes from now. There is a simple voice that is enabled, and the entire summary, the entire dashboard is created. Okay, so this was the amount of time out of this one. You have talked about the past, you have talked about the future, you have talked about the present, right? So all these kind of things, this is just an example of a matrix. There are a lot of metrics, those are associated to that. So all these kind of things are happening in the healthcare space. If you want to build something like that, if you want to build something which can target the mental health, which can target the physical health, and you can do all of these repetitive tasks from the agentic AI only. You just have to define these are the kind of things that I want to do, and it will generate you the report on the output which you have already provided in the examples, right? So then we have the finance, we have the retail. We have just understood an example of retail as well. Then we have the education. I think I don't have to tell about the education. Everybody is learning from the chat GPT. Everybody is learning from the Gemini. Everybody is learning from the LLMs, right? So everyone, earlier what used to happen was, if you are facing some sort of issue in a developmental cycle, you used to go to Stack Overflow. You used to read the articles. But now what is happening? You are just finding what the actual issue is. You are just giving that to the prompt and it is giving you the answer. And you are doing the improvisation and the code works or it might not work on the basis of the trained data. So this is the education sector, I guess. Then after that, manufacturing, we have the legal. Earlier, people used to go through entire articles about the rent agreements, about the agreements with their companies, about agreements with the, let's suppose everything, right? Every legal aspect was first handled by industry-specific people. Now you just have to pass that, you just have to retrieve the information that is present inside the document and boom, you just have your answer. How much lease is there? What is the rent? How much it will increase over the time? Everything is answered in the natural language within no time, right? So these are the kind of things you can work on. And of course, I want to show you something else as well. So all of these things are connected together with a database. I guess in everything, we will require a database if we are creating some sort of project, right? So what about it? Let's suppose you have to integrate a SQL database, and you have to learn the SQL entire SQL queries, everything like that, right? If you are changing the database, you are shifting to any another sort of database, you have to learn those queries as well. So you need to appoint someone from the database management team that can do all those things. But we have a catch over here. This is an product that I was working on. It's not actually a product. It was a weekend project only. Okay, so this is called the Easy SQL, where you can just connect the database. Connection is just on the basis of the ports and the local host, or you can say whatever server that you are having, right? You can just connect it and you can ask the question. It will connect, it will answer you in a very natural language. And yeah, let me just show you a question. So the question over here is, how many tables do we have in this database? So there are 5 tables that is shown over here. So that is a very simple task, I think. I have given it something more complex. So this was my question next. Who is earning minimum and who is earning maximum? And first thing about this architecture, you guys are going to think, how are you supposed to rely on this particular database? The first and foremost question in any AI, any agentic framework. So I also had that question. So initially what I did was I created an LLM, I created the chain, they were interacting with each other and giving you the answers. But I found something different while working on this project. So whenever you are asking a question, in the natural language, it will first go to a query agent that will generate a query. Then second thing, it will validate the query on the basis of the document that you are having, right? So 2 steps. Then the third one is there, which is the tester one, which is testing, okay, so these queries are important, or is this query a vague query? Is this information not necessary at all? So everything is covered over here. You are getting the answers in the natural language as well. The employee 60 with a salary blah blah blah, and employee 89 with salary something, right? And the generated SQL query is also there, which you can see over there, right? And for the visualization purpose, yeah, is it visible now? Whenever you are sending a query, whenever you are asking a question in the natural language, agents are going to interact with each other in the real time. You can see those. And every warning, every query that is generated wrong, every query that should be generated instead of that is shown over there. So all these kind of agents are collaborating with each other and giving you the results on the basis of that. Right? So this is the example of the database. This is the example of the how agents are interacting with the database, right? Then we have the major concept of explainability. That's a concept of research as well. So there are 2 things. First one, if you talk about the traditional classical machine learning and the deep learning, you were given a model, you are training a model, then after that you are giving certain inputs and it was giving you certain outputs, right? Everybody has done that. Then after that, if you want to know why my model has given me this sort of output, how are you supposed to tell that? Because deep learning approach and the machine learning approach is completely a black box approach. You can't rely on that. So for that, researcher they did certain research, and they came with a concept of explainable AI. There are 2 initial algorithms. First one is the LIME, second one is the SHAP, where the model is first broken into different kind of models. Then after that, those different models are giving you the parameters on which the output is generated as it is generated, right? Let's suppose you are in a healthcare domain, someone is having cancer. This is a traditional example. Someone is having cancer. How are you supposed to tell him, okay, so on the basis of these parameters, my model told you, okay, so you are having this sort of disease. So this is the concept where the explainability came into the picture. But there is a thing with the explainability. It can't work on the generative AI models because transformers are highly unpredictable and they just predict the next word. How are you supposed to tell, okay, so these are the kind of parameters those were related? So for that, we have the another approach, we can say, that is the human in the loop for attention mechanism. we have always added human in the loop for any kind of decision making till now, right? So this is the approach. But the third approach, which is $1 million question as well, what about the AI agents? How are you supposed to evaluate the agents? How are you supposed to create the metrics? How are you supposed to create the precision metrics? How are you supposed to create the accuracy metrics? Okay, so these are the kind of questions those were answered right, and these are the kind of questions those were answered wrong. So this is the kind of research that is being going on. If you can contribute to it, so this will be good for India as well. This was the entire concept of explainability, and I guess we have covered the entire talk. Thank you, and this is me, Aman Soni. So we can connect over the LinkedIn as well. Thank you.